All right, how y'all doing today? This is Lady Chill, and this is Chilling with Lady Chill. Check it out. So today, today we're doing a reaction video on these cops, these dirty cops. Uh, Prime crime, the drug planting scandal that shocked the nation. Dirty cops. So yeah, let's let's get into this video right here. Uh, And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video and punch the notification bell if you like this content. So let's get into this video.
Planting their narcotics. That raises some red flags to me.
He gave me a piece.
Go ahead and put your hands on him.
An officer's arrests come into question.
At this point, you are detained, okay?
I don't do anything. I don't mess with that stuff.
He essentially was employing like magic tricks to hide evidence.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. What we got there, my friend? Look at there.
But proving a crime was committed by a member of law enforcement is not an easy task.
We don't actually ever see him planting their narcotics. That raises some red flags to me.
He gave me a piece of advice. Sometimes the people you think you can trust are the very ones you shouldn't. That has stuck with me as the most chilling thing he said.
Hey there, everybody, I'm Jesse Weber, and welcome to Prime Crime. This is where we break down some of the most compelling and memorable true crime cases. Law enforcement are supposed to be the good guys, and many times, if not most of the time, they are. However, there is something very odd that happens in one Florida county, and a spotlight is put on an officer who may not actually be arresting people for crimes, but committing them himself.
Look, man, you seem like you're pretty squared away, okay?
Yeah.
All right. But I do have an issue with something within the vehicle.
What's that?
It's April 8th, 2018 in Jackson County, Florida. What should have been a typical day for a motorist suddenly becomes a life-changing encounter with Sheriff's Deputy Zachary Wester.
The day I got stopped, I was actually on my way to work. I was coming through a small town. There was a police officer sitting underneath the overpass, and when he pulled in behind me, I still really didn't think anything of it until the lights came on. And that was when I was like, this is really weird.
Pulled you over. Your driver's
This
license
is
not
why.
valid. Okay. Pulled you out to talk to you about it.
He said that my license had been suspended, and he realized that when he ran my plate. I was like, that's strange because you were facing me under the overpass.
See, this is the thing, right? This is crazy. Uh, this is in Florida. I used to live in Florida. I used to live in Miami, and yeah, this is crazy, right? Like, what's going on? Why are you doing these things? A whole cop. You're supposed to be so yeah, serving and protecting. But here you are, just really uh whole ruining people's lives, basically. You did you hear that? This is gonna be crazy. This is gonna be
And you
crazy.
followed me for 3 miles before you flicked the lights on. So the red flags were already going up.
This
Made a
is gonna be
spontaneous
real
statement about
crazy.
there was a handgun in the center console. He said it was okay for me to go retrieve that handgun from the center console.
Yes.
He asked
probably
if there was
stealing
anything in
money
the
out of
vehicle
people's
that I
cars.
thought he should be concerned about, and I was honest with him. I told
What
him
else is
I've
he
got a
doing?
handgun in the center console, and he asked me if I had a concealed weapons permit. I said, no, you don't need one in Florida.
At that point, he had probable cause to pull that car over Keep in mind, a lot of times, the reason I pull you over does lead into further investigation based on what I see or maybe information that I gather during that traffic stop.
All right. I'm going to read you your rights. Just because I read your rights does not mean you're going to jail. Okay. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court.
I knew I didn't have anything to hide. That's why I let him search my vehicle. I trusted the process. Well, those feelings changed a little bit when he read me the Miranda rights.
Open up the center console, shove down in between the front passenger seat and where the center console is at. I saw what appeared to be a syringe sticking out. Whenever I went, I looked further, pulled the seat apart. The syringe is actually in like a plastic,
like he really
larger
gonna hide.
baggie with a plastic container with a substance in it that appears to be an illegal narcotic.
See, this is the part that really, you think that he's going, if he was shooting up. Now, mind you, if he was shooting up, he's not going to leave when he passed you under the underpass. He was going to hide. If he had a syringe, it was not going to be sticking out so you can find it. It's just not going to be. It's nothing going to be able to be sticking out, nothing going to be seen where you can see it because he just saw you and he's going to be looking down, making sure everything is good. So literally, and then what's killing me is this too in this video. This is really irritating me that because he's ruining people's lives, that you now, why a syringe? Why a syringe? Really? How you know this man ain't scared of needles? Like, really?
Do you know anything about that?
I do not. I was shocked. I had no idea what the heck he was talking about because I'm not a meth user. I don't do drugs. I've never smoked pot. I've physically never done drugs in my life. It blew my mind that he was sitting here questioning me about this.
You've never seen this before?
Dude, I had no idea. This is just wild. I was so surprised that it was methamphetamines of all things. It wasn't weed, it wasn't like a crack pipe, it was methamphetamines. It was a used needle.
Used, like literally, you can get something from that needle. Like literally, to prick him, to cause him to catch something. That could kill him.
It just puts me in a bad spot, man.
You know, I thought there had to be an explanation. Maybe somebody left it in my car. I don't know. I have employees. Maybe that's a possibility. But I know the people I hire. We do background checks. I simply don't have addicts working for me.
I'm not saying you're a bad person, okay? Yeah. You don't appear to be a user, okay? And if you are a user, you've not been using it long. Or you understand where I'm coming from, right?
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I go to work, I come home, I sleep, I go back to work. I don't hang out, party, I don't.
The state entrusts me to be a fact finder, right? Try to put all the pieces to the puzzle together.
If I had $1 for every time someone told me these aren't my pants, though you have them on, and we find the drugs in them, I'd be a very wealthy man. There's that initial denial phase.
I just want you to understand where I'm coming from, man. When it's a felony, I have no discretion in the state of Florida for that, okay? I can't just throw that in the ditch out here and act like it never happened.
Yeah.
So you're going to go to jail today for possession of methamphetamine, for possession of drug paraphernalia.
He took me to jail.
Let's finish hearing what he said. Took him to jail, y'all.
My dad worked at the federal prison there, and I grew up around his lieutenant. My mom made the phone call to him, and she said, hey, something's wrong. Joshua just got arrested for methamphetamines possession. He went in and he signed a paper for conditional release. And he even questioned me. He grilled me pretty hard. Is there something I don't know? Are you making me look like an idiot? And I was honest with him and said no. I was treated like a criminal through the whole thing. It was the worst 2 years of my life.
He been going through this for 2 years trying to clear his name from this. Bogus ruined his life. Ruined his life. He had a whole business. He losing money because of it. What is this cop getting out of this stuff? What is he getting out of it?
Joshua Emanuel is adamant he's innocent. Is he telling the truth? Is something else going on here? Little did he know at the time, he would not be the only person claiming the same thing after being pulled over by Deputy Wester.
I've got to test this. Have you ever seen this before?
No. No, what is that?
It did field test presumptive positive for methamphetamine. Okay? Let me ask you this. If I read you your rights, will you talk to me?
I talk to you, man.
Okay.
I'm just saying, man. I ain't get... Dude, I'm...
We're going to get there. We're going to get there, okay?
These drug crimes are serious.
Exactly.
These were possession charges of methamphetamine, which can
Drug
carry
charges
years in jail
ruin
if
your
people
life
have other
forever.
prior
Like,
offenses.
you getting a
The
felony,
penalty can be
man.
even more extreme.
Going to jail.
He is putting felony charges, giving these people felonies. These people are like, you ruining their lives. You can't do hardly anything with a felony. This man is just putting felony charges on everybody for drugs. Like, bogus ruining their lives. This just ruining people's lives on purpose for no reason. Like,
You are being 16 this time, okay? Yeah, the bag of that.
No, I ain't had
Both y'all are going to jail, okay, for possession of methamphetamine. Y'all are both in constructive possession of it.
There's also collateral consequences.
wow.
People lose their job, lose their standing
Wow.
in the community, custody of their children, trust of their loved ones. People who have taken a different path in life and have become sober, now people believe that they've been lying.
You didn't have any weapons or anything you was trying to hide back there?
No. This is can't even see me, man.
I can get invasive. I'm going to send you on y'all's way here in just a minute if you didn't have anything. That was a slick move, man. Very slick
That ain't
move.
mine, man.
Go ahead and put your hands
No,
on
hell no, that ain't mine.
Do not
Oh,
do
that
this.
ain't mine.
Okay.
All right. That ain't mine, man. What you
See
talking
that
about?
dot? Don't check.
What are you doing, man?
At first
And
glance,
tasing him.
these stops appear to be somewhat
Tasing
routine
him.
by the
No,
book.
that ain't his.
During my career, I saw drugs hidden in numerous places.
Wow.
A seasoned officer is going to do their due diligence to search every inch of that vehicle. Many times people who are drug users, if they get stopped and they have the drugs, they're in that panic mode. So they're just going to slide it between the seats. They're going to try to hide it really quick. So it doesn't surprise me that some of this illegal drugs were found like in the crack of a seat. That doesn't really raise any suspicions to me.
Hey, what'd you find?
Huh?
What'd you find? Where? In that?
And that flashlight. Whenever I opened it up, there was some crystals on top.
When I walked up, it was shoved in between this back seat right here and this back seat, making a lot of movements, just saying that her knees were hurting.
Imagine that.
But is everything really as it appears to be? Upon a closer review, there's something off with Wester's arrests.
There was troubling behavior that the officer exhibited, such as going back and forth between his vehicle and the recovery vehicle. Every time that this contraband was recovered, there was it appeared intentional deflection of the body cam to not be looking in the direction of the recovered item. And so it looked that all of a sudden, this contraband were found within this vehicle in places where, if they were there originally, they, number one, could not have been seen by the naked eye of the officer, or number two, would have been known to have existed by other vehicle occupants.
You see that white piece of vinyl right there? Yeah. It was shifted further over this way. Whenever I first made contact, you could see his shoulder raising. It was actually visibly moving up that piece of vinyl. When I walked up here and made contact with her, I said, man, what you doing under that vinyl? He didn't know.
No living being should ever eat processed food for every single meal of their life. Good, real food is...
Railroad standing right there. He was just digging under that baseball glove and then searched that immediate area for weapons. Lifted up the baseball glove and there was the bag in the straw. You going to jail, buddy?
Going to jail? I didn't do anything. Why am I going to
Have we locked these yet?
What is going on here exactly? Is Deputy Wester finding drugs or planting them? Up next, we take a further look at these body cam videos.
There's a lot of discrepancies between the reports and the body cam footage. These body-worn cameras were either turned on late, they malfunctioned, or the video was actually deleted off of the server.
Wow. Really?
Look, man, you're gonna go to jail today for possession of methamphetamine, okay? It was in your vehicle right there at the center console.
Come on, man. Please.
I don't have much discretion with a felony charge, buddy. I don't have much discretion with that, man.
Dude, my mom wants to go to work. Oh, man. Dude, I'm serious, dude. Anything. What you want me to do, man?
Between
Ruining
2016
niggas'
and
lives.
2018,
Period.
Jackson County, Florida Sheriff's Deputy Zachary Wester is making arrests for drug possession.
I moved the driver's seat forward. That little black container you saw me pull out, it had a crystallized substance in it. Whenever I tested that, it didn't return a presumptive positive for methamphetamine here in the field.
That's hers.
You are going to jail tonight for possession of methamphetamine and possession of drug paraphernalia.
But something is strange in Wester's arrests.
The problem in Zachary Wester's case is we have a repeated pattern of Zachary Wester either turning off his camera, not turning it on, videos being deleted. That raises red flags to anybody.
Is it possible that Wester could be planting drugs on innocent people?
He found it in the driver's side compartment, and he watched the split seats. So.
When you watch these body cam footages, most of these searches are only being conducted by Zachary Wester. There's not a second person in the car helping him. So he's in there by himself while the second officer, the backup officer, is watching the suspect. So that does give Zachary Wester ample opportunity and time to plant those drugs.
If this test, what I think it's going to test for, is going to put me even more of a bad spot because it's a felony.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about here too.
It did test presumptive positive in the field for methamphetamine.
The how he planted it in my car is still a question that literally keeps me up at night. I still can't figure it out. I know what happened, I just don't know how.
How quickly can you get there? Because I'm being arrested for possession of narcotics. I don't want to talk about it right now.
The only explanation I've been able to come up with is he went to the back of his car, he put the bag with the syringe in his glove, carried the gloves to the car, dumped it in the passenger seat, then put the gloves on, and quote unquote started his search. Jackson County police officers, they wore short sleeves. They weren't long sleeves. He couldn't have tucked it in his shirt. He didn't like reach down on his boot or anything like that. I think he just carried it in his glove from the back of his patrol car into mine.
Let's take a closer look at these stops to see if Wester is the one breaking the law.
You know what that is? No, sir. You don't know what that maybe appears to be?
Maybe meth or cocaine.
Okay.
I've never seen that in my life. What
The straw has to be ready for a minute, okay?
Most people will make denials, and that's why the law is pretty clear when you try to refute the existence of probable cause. A suspect's denials are not sufficient to refute probable cause.
Oh, right. Both of y'all are just going to be detained at this time, okay? I can undetain you, I just can't unarrest you. What the hell?
But there is a consistent look of surprise on these people's faces. You can tell when people feign surprise. You can tell when it's an, "Aw shucks, you found my stuff." This was a little bit different.
Check fingerprints on that bottle.
Yeah, we will, man.
Nah, do not.
Of course, it's fingerprints on the bottle because
Of indignation,
it's in his car. It's their bottle, but not
At
their
this
drug.
point, you are detained, okay? All right? When I was searching the vehicle on the side that you were seated in like a brown tie-up bag, that white little Excedrin bottle, okay? Bottom corner, with the way it was positioned, I opened it up, there is a crystallized substance in the bottom of it.
The way it was positioned.
For methamphetamine here on the side of the road.
The way it was positioned, y'all, in a bag of garbage. You look in a bag of garbage, and the way it's positioned tells you that it got something in it. Nigga, please. Stop playing.
So my question is...
I don't do anything. I don't mess with that stuff.
Part of the other problem is that this officer was trying to convince them that maybe somebody else left something in their vehicle, to explain away why they genuinely might not know that there was contraband in their vehicle. And so that is able to create some plausible deniability for him that maybe it wasn't him that put it there.
You gotta be careful who you let in your vehicle. Okay, if that is not yours.
This company policy though, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Like, I have to have an employee with me come to the bank for the deposit every single morning.
Wester's demeanor on the side of the road was probably the worst part, not because he was mean, but because he was so nice.
This is unfortunate for you today, okay?
Yeah, believe me.
This is gonna be a fork in the road, man. You can go left to right, right?
The buddy-buddy demeanor, then, oh no, you're going to jail. It was a lot of the same MO over and over and over again. He was playing a game, which is sick.
With people's lives, though.
Catching Wester in the act is not so simple.
That black container, it was right here.
I combed through these videos and you do not directly see him planting evidence. You see what could be argued to be an inadvertent aversion of body camera at the critical moment that stuff is recovered. He essentially was employing like magic tricks to hide evidence.
Coming up, can the truth be uncovered?
No, sir.
I'm not gonna ask you 3 questions, I'm gonna read you your rights first, okay? So just hang out 50 AK.
What is it?
When you are corrupt, when you are dirty, when you're a liar, it's going to catch up with you at some point. But that one piece of evidence right there proves to be crucial in this case.
Most people have no clue that in 2023, the best way to make money on Amazon is not.
If I was driving that vehicle right there, okay, and if my corporal pulled me over